This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Hello, my name is Harry Tumbuatco. Welcome to the program. We have a nice program considering it's the start of the year, but more than to entertain, we're here to inform. I know don't switch channels. I know this is going to be information, but try to learn something as we go along. It's not just about trying to tell you something new or something you don't know about, but basically the summary of the analysis of people who have put work into a lot of issues. For example, the topic today being SALN. That's a statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth. Now, we will start with that, but not necessarily stay on that specific topic, because I've been told before we start the show, the topic itself is actually quite tedious or long or hard to explain, or better yet, lengthy to talk about. So we will touch on the finer points on how it works and how this government works, if people even do understand. The system of accounting that you and I know of is no longer the same as what we learn in the schools. I mean, I have problems. My kids, my gosh, they come from the better schools, supposedly, the Philippine Ivy schools, who didn't know about the rationale or how to go about or how to apply for the basic social numbers, so to speak. The SSS, the Pag-ibig, the PhilHealth, even your basic voters registration, your BIR, they are left to not understand it, not know it, and they're left to be guided by supposedly accountants. No wonder even the accountants, the bookkeepers who don't know exactly what they're doing, unless you really can hire a CPA in your company, which is not very cheap nowadays. It's not even enough. You need to get an external auditor. And then there's the question, what is the internal auditor? Well, is the system out to confuse us? Is the system out to confuse the very people that they require in their company so it can work cohesively together with government? Or is it just a mess and for all of us to identify along the way kung sino magaling, siya ang mangunguna at siya ang tatagal? I think it's the latter. Not for anything. But then again, I am cynical, which is why I come on this program. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Professor Gil Santos. You all know about him from the Center of Futuristics. He's been a host here on GNN. And he is a professor as well. And he's very, very active at his lovely age of 21. And we have Benny Gonzalez, as you will see under his credentials. I can't even identify the number of letters that come after it. Congratulations, Benny, for your academic background and achievements. It's great. Let's talk about, it's really amazing. You just finished the study. Let's start with the SALN. You just finished the study, a tedious study over a period of 5 years. You analyzed the SALN of the Senate per se.
Yes.
And tried to basically, I was trying to pin it on you. For what objective? And you say a repository for information.
Well,
maybe you can explain that part.
Oh, okay. The repository of information refers to PCIJ, Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, through its Money Politics. It used to be available on their website.
Ang PCIJ ba yan? Independent ba yan? Or is that a biased group? Alam ko, tinitira yan ng mga... I mean, it's politicized already. I'm sorry. Has it not been politicized?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay.
Well,
carry on.
but some people who are against it say otherwise, you know. So it really depends on...
It even has a show, doesn't it? A TV show on Channel 7.
Yes,
They have a TV show that...
One of their principals
Mangahas,
has a show.
diba?
Yes.
Malumangahas.
Malumangahas.
Yeah.
But isn't that biased as well? Mga
That is
shows
not
niya.
PCIJ as far as I
Hindi
know.
ba yun? I thought that was the same NGO. It's not.
No.
But investigative journalism yun. Ang tawag niya, title niya.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's not confuse that, okay? This is different.
Yes.
May grants to, this is academic in nature.
Well, at least the SALN part,
you did.
when they started gathering all of the SALNs of top officials in the Philippines.
Right.
So when I found out that the information was available, because Harry, getting some SALNs are the best kept secrets of the bureaucracy. Okay, nobody would like his SALN exposed.
But it's the law.
But for one reason or another, okay. Remember the Corona SALN.
Yes, exactly. That's how he went down.
But there was a rule at that time in the Supreme Court where SALNs of the
Supreme Court
justices
which they did not follow.
should not be released.
Yeah, should not be released.
Yes, and you will find this example in the Supreme Court prevalent in almost the entire bureaucracy. So, for us analysts, it was, especially for me, when I found out that the data that normally you will get on a piecemeal basis was all available in one website, I took the opportunity of zeroing in on the SALNs of the senators.
As declared, whether true or false. Or magnified or reduced, di ba? Is as declared.
Yes. But let me add in, Harry, that from the point of view of the study that I made, we presumed that everyone knew how to file a SALN, number one. Why?
Ang ganda. Knew how to file a SALN. That's the comedy part. But carry on, please.
And number two, we're all honest.
I don't have a laugh box, but I feel more sad
Now
about
it's
it.
my
But
turn to laugh.
Go ahead.
But those were the basic assumptions. Otherwise, it would be a useless exercise if you
Correct.
presumed otherwise. You have to have some kind of a starting point, giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Correct.
Okay.
Declared, as
Okay.
declared, no?
Okay.
By law.
Okay.
And the reason why you are now trying to analyze that is number one, so that you will now have a Senate SALN index, collegial.
Okay.
That now can be used. You remember that the Senate sits as judges in impeachment trials. So this was
Sila ang judge, tama.
so this was again a good way of validating their own knowledge and appreciation of what SALNs are. Kasi maghahari-harian ka, you will judge other people. Hindi ka pala marunong mag-file ng SALN mo. Di ba nakakahiya naman yun? Di ba? So, kailangan merong SALN index. Kasi,
I can't wait to ask about Pacquiao SALN, di ba? I mean, sige, no, I'm joking. Go ahead. It was meant for comedy.
No, that is a very good question and have been asked of us many, many times.
Oh, really?
So I would immediately want to I would immediately want to respond to that.
Yeah.
From an academic's point of view, since our objective was to come up with an index,
Yes.
names never mattered to us.
Figure. Tama, ano?
Collegial eh.
So
Kasi
what you're saying is what you studied did not include names.
They started with names,
Yeah.
but then we coded them and
Yeah,
tagged
after a while,
them.
out na eh.
Out na lahat po.
Okay.
Okay.
Kasi otherwise,
It will not be fair.
Puputaktiin tayo, magiging chismis na to ng buong bansa
Okay,
hanggang
okay.
eleksyon. Wala nang gagawin ng tao kung hindi tatanong sino yung
Kumita ng ganito, ba't
sino,
tumaas?
so magiging ano na. But our interest was very, well, if I may say so myself, very noble.
Okay.
Okay? So
Walang biases. Basta
walang
study,
bias,
analysis.
we will leave the chismis to the media. Kasi ang isang problema dito sa atin, pag lumalabas yung SALN, okay, sometime in May, kasi April 30 ang deadline
April.
ng filing, no?
Okay.
So pagka nakuha na yan ng media,
Publish na yan
publish nila, ang ginagawa lang ng media, the only analysis they're capable of doing is, ito yung pinakamayaman, ito yung
Mahirap, so to
parang
speak.
parang ginagaya mo yung Forbes ranking of the richest. But ano yun eh? May chismis value yun, may entertainment value.
How should we understand SALN?
Well, okay. From, the SALN comes from the 1987 Constitution. I am not a lawyer, but this much I know, okay? And the value of the SALN is, which I call God's gift to the Filipino people, is the best method of tracking not how rich you are, but how you become rich from a year-to-year basis. Okay?
Tama yun,
Okay.
tama yun.
Okay.
Tama yun. May starting point ka.
Yes, yes,
It's a point of measurement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why, ang SALN, meron kang baseline. At pag dumadami na yung year-to-year na submission mo, nagkakaroon ka ng base trend. Okay? Para pag ikaw nalipat sa mas mataas na posisyon o mas mataas na trabaho, dapat yung curve na yun very smooth. Pero pagka nag-rocket ship,
Are we talking about Dennis Uy? We're not, sorry. Okay,
no. Sino yun?
No, kasi kung 3 gas stations, I mean, ano na siya, Telcom na siya. No? Okay, go ahead.
Di ba? Pero kung nagsilbi ka, tapos nag-rocket ship, teka muna.
Questionable nga eh.
Di ba?
No,
So,
but they have to explain. Yeah.
they have to explain. Di ba?
Yes.
Ang problema
Which is what Corona did, pero he was hit for it based on the dollar account, di ba? Poor guy.
So yun yung ano. Ngayon, pagka meron kang SALN index for the Senate, which we are, I hasten to add, we are recommending to become a surrogate national SALN index. Kasi wala pa tayo for others, di ba? So paano naman yung Congress, yung SALN ng mga congressman? Temporarily, while that big 10 times the study while that is being done, hopefully by someone else, at least magamit muna natin yung
I-measure.
yung measure na yon, yung index na yon, sa mayor, sa whoever, di ba? Cabinet member.
But are they not all required by law to submit
file.
by May? Yes, to file.
Yes.
So, when you compare the year after, even if it's a very basic, simple presentation of the SALN by media, pag nakita mo umangat ng 200-300%, magtatanong ka na. Buti sana kung Pacquiao ka, nanalo ka sa away, you won in a fight competition, and everybody knows you made $1 billion, $2 billion. Okay, di ba? That sort of thing.
Correct.
But being, like you said, the curve, kailangan gradual yan. Assuming it's even miski may increase yan, minsan naman tumataas din ang cost of living Nadadrop din dito So, na-maintain yung specific measure or the elasticity of that, so to speak.
Kasi, gumawa rin kami ng at the end of the day, we have what we call a senator profile. Okay? 1987 being the base year, ang index noon 1.
Okay.
29 years later, ang index nasa 45 na.
Bakit 45? 1:45.
Kasi 45 times na lumaki yung
Yung kanyang yaman.
I see.
Yung net worth.
Doon mo ngayon But how
Yun
come
yung
Drilon is
profile,
still out? Hindi pa siya hinuhuli, no? But go ahead. Sorry with my inserts.
So sabi ko nga, Hill, ask your people in Lyceum, to do a profile. Tingnan natin si Juan de la Cruz in 1987, tingnan natin kung nakasabay siya doon sa mga senador.
What do you think, Gil?
Well, the way I look at it is the SALN is something that should be guiding voters every election year to question, is this fellow running for office, is he honest? Because if there is a question, there's a red flag, like what he calls it, or a question on how he got to be that rich, then there must be something wrong. Because if he's relying only on his own salary as a public official,
Huli na siya.
huli na.
But what you're
Without
saying,
even going to court, because it merely means hindi ko boboto yan.
but whose role is that to identify that information na ganito kalaki tinaas?
Well,
Is that media's or is it supposed to be the voter to identify?
No.
How is the voter to...
no, the voters are supposed to read that because from media, because that is the information advocacy of media to inform the public.
But isn't the timing incorrect? Okay, come April, May 30. Tapos na election, May 9. So, yung bagong information na lalabas on the 1 year later on the SALN from the previous year after the election, or not election, but the previous year. So you have to look at the 3 years, at least the first 2 years, over the period of time.
O kung second termer yan, you're
Ayan.
looking at 5 years na. Kung
Yeah.
third termer yan, you're looking at 6,
So, if a
8 years
candidate
na.
wanted to discredit those that are doing well in the survey supposed to be, ilabas mo SALN yan.
Yes.
Kumbaga.
Well,
Pwede ba yun?
in the 2013 election, we had started advocating meron kaming parang slogan no SALN, no COC.
Oy, maganda yun. Baliktad.
No SALN,
No certificate of registration.
no
Candidacy,
SALN, no appointment. Pati sa appointment sa mga bureau.
From elections to appointment.
Oo.
A guiding factor.
Yes.
In
Kasi
other words,
nga,
doon mo malalaman kung corrupt ka o hindi. Pero, how about, let me be cynical. We all know, nagdo-drawing yung mga, the corrupt. Those that are corrupt and who are sharp, ido-drawing lang yan eh. It's like corporations today, they will magdo-drawing sila on their accounting practice to turn around the BIR, assuming they can get away with it. Assuming. But we still do read about it. We mentioned the stock market. I can understand in the States where they, I read all around the big trading centers. Talagang, they really go after each other, no? In the Philippines, you're saying that there is no collusion among these big corporations that are here. The common people don't even invest in the stock market in this country.
in this country.
They don't even
I
ask.
refuse to put 1 peso in the stock market.
They don't even ask.
Yeah. Sila lang yun eh. Sila lang yan. And hot money comes in and out through the stock market here. That's all the purpose is for me. Parang, para rationalize, I'm clean. I've used soap and Tide on my body.
It is
to
also
clean
used to launder.
There you go, there you go. Gentlemen, we're gonna have to take a short break. I see that card that came up a couple of times. Stay with us. I know it's a bit confusing. Stay with us. I promise you, you will enjoy. And after the show, you too will become a critical thinker. Stay with us. We'll be right back.